Alright, Shalom Akim. First off, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father in the ancient Hebrew, and Yahweh Shai being the name of his beloved Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ in the ancient Hebrew. Alright, I would like to give double honors to the apostles and elders, grandmothers, on who taught us well and who I learned under. Alright, and a sincere shalom to you, the elect out there, teaching this word in truth and in sincerity. Okay, I'm the brother Lawa Matamat from a branch of the GMS LA camp. We're out here teaching in Sherman Oaks, in the San Fernando Valley. You catch us on Saturday, Saturday in the evening from 1 in the afternoon to 5 in the evening. All right, that's where you could catch us teaching in the streets. But today's lesson, I just want to go into the subject that was in our camp, and that was going into the false Jews that are in our land. All right, the ones claiming to be the the ones claiming to be the chosen seed. All right, this is book of Revelation chapter 2 verse 9. It says, I know thy works and thy tribulation and thy poverty, but thou art rich. And right now Yahweh Shai is just talking about us, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's who he knows. He knows thy works, thy tribulation and thy poverty. Most importantly, the elect. But the other nations, man, they treat us as nothing but scum. They treat us as weak. From kingdom to kingdom, we've been under these people. We've been their slaves. But not no longer when Yahweh Shai returns. But here it goes. It says, but though are rich, we are rich in faith. All right. It says, and I know thy blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not. And that's going into your false Jews that are in the land right now. That's why, Salakia, if you were the real Jews, our land, the whole world, it would be at peace, under subjection under you. But since you're the false Jews, claiming to be our people, there's still constant war going on, all around the world. Like the scriptures say, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked are in authority, the people, they mourn. And that's because prophecy hasn't been fulfilled yet. Prophecy of us going back to our land. It says, and I know the blasphemy of them which say that are Jews and are not, but are the synagogues of Satan. And that's another thing, man. If you were the real Jews, you would know about tribulation, you would know about poverty, but none of that. All right? Our people, they witnessed that when we were, enslaved. When we came here in boats, you never came back to Egypt in boats. Go further and going into how you're the false people. All right? That's prophecy, isn't it? All right? Let me get this. Salakia. Let me get this in the book of Amos. This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 2. It says, this is going to the people of Israel, man. Our people. It says, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. All right? When has this the Jew in the land, ever been punished? These false Jews. I'm going into these people right here. Salakia. I'm going into these people right here, false. And that's another quote that I wanted on the lesson, man. These people right here claiming to be, the rightful people of that land, bro. They are not. They're a bunch of false Jews. They don't come from the seed of Abraham, from that chosen line. All right. But going on, it says, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. All right? That applies to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Aren't we under punishment right now for our iniquities? If you read Deuteronomy 28, starting from 15 on down, you read about the curses that came to us. And part of those curses was, coming back in these slave boats, coming back into Egypt. Which happened to you so-called Negroes and you Native Americans out here. All right? Let me get this in the book of Ezekiel chapter 36, man. This is Ezekiel 36:1. It says, also the son of man, prophesying to the mountains of Israel. Mountains just meaning the governments. It says, and say, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because the enemy hath said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession. Because they're currently in our land. We're supposed to be there, but, because we're serving our punishment out here until Yahweh Bashem Yahushua returns, they're ruling that land. It says, even the ancient high places are in our possessions. Therefore prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that ye might be a possession until the residue of the heathen, and ye taken up into the lips of talkers and the infamy of people. And like I said earlier in this lesson, man, these other nations, they treat us as scum. They think of us as weak. They don't think of us as the people of the Most High, as a chosen people, but we are. All right, and soon enough, that'll be revealed. All right. So, like your brothers. Verse 4, it says, therefore ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh to the mountains, and to the hills, and to the rivers and the valleys, to the desolate wastes, and to the cities that are forsaken, which became prey and a derision unto the residue of the heathen that are round about. They have no right being in that land, man. Like I said earlier in this lesson, let me get this in Isaiah real quick. So like your brothers. This is the book of Isaiah 2:1. All right, it says, and the word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains. We shall be established, an internal rulership. All right, it says, in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all the nations shall flow unto it. And that partly goes into the book of Daniel, the 2nd chapter, when it talks about the stone, which is Yahweh Shai, destroying, the statue, which is these other kingdoms, these other heathens, these other nations. All right, it says, house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And people shall go and say, and come ye, and let us go to the mountain of the Lord Yahweh, into the house of Jacob, and he will teach us all of his ways. Everybody's going to speak Lashon Kodash, which is the ancient Hebrew tongue. Everybody's going to follow in our ways. If they're doing wickedly, then we're going to put them to death. That's going to be rulership. We're going to be in power. But Salakia, Lord willing, I'm talking about the 144,000, the elect of Israel. All right, it says, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in the paths of Zion, and shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. All right, it says, and he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares. All right, that means we're going to put these other nations, these heathen nations, into captivity, into into servitude. They're going to be our slaves. They're going to be our servants. All right, starting from the so-called white man. It says, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in the paths. Oh, Salakia, I read that over again. It says, and he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So that's not going to happen until the true people of Israel are in their land. All right. So that has yet to happen again. That's a future prophecy. All right. So let me just go back in Ezekiel, Salakia. This is the book of Ezekiel, going back to 36. I believe I was at 4. It says, I was at 5, Salakia. This is, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. And that's a damn shame, because, a lot of you men are deceived. A lot of you are deceived, thinking that they are the Lord's chosen people. All right? None of you have a problem with that. I'm talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You just accept it as fact. You know, a lot of you like to think that you're just you just come from Africa, that's where it all started. No, it all started right here. You know, we are the Lord's chosen people, man. We are the nation of Israel. All right. It says, let me read that over again. It says, which have appointed my land into their possession, which is what they're doing with the joy of all their heart. You know, it says with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. All right. And they pretty much rule everything, you know, around the world, man. You know, starting from the media, you know, starting from Hollywood, you know, the music industry, the medical industry, you know, the banking, you know, this banking family, the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, man. They rule the world. That's part of their blessing. You know, Esau was given the fatness of this earth. All right. But let me get this in Job as well, man, just to further show you. This is Job 9:24. All right. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? You know, so the earth is given to the hand of the wicked, and he covereth his faces of the judges thereof. How does he do that, man? Let me show you an example, man. If you type in the word Jesus Christ, that's an example, man. They make themselves to be the Son of God. Look at that. That's craziness. Let me show you another example, man. Jews. Type in Jews. See what pops up. A bunch of these rats, you know, these Edomites. All right? They made themselves to look like our people. All right? And I wanted to take this quote as well, man. Salakia, to further prove the lesson. You know, this is I believe this is I'll read it right here. This is the second president of the United States of Arab Republic, formerly the president of the Republic of Egypt. You know, it goes on to say, it says, the Europeans claiming to be Jews are nothing more than the Hebrew-speaking Gentiles. You know, they're nothing but a bunch of heathens. It says the late president of Egypt, Gamal Abdel Nasser, stated on television, you the Jews will never be able to live here in peace because you left here black but came back white. We cannot accept you. You know, and that's why they're in constant war, you know, with the Palestinians and the Israelis. That's why there's constant war in that land. Because they're not the chosen people. All right? They're just not. If not, you know, like the scriptures say, man, there'll be war no more. All right? So, you know, with that, you know, I'm going to end it right there. You know, Lord willing, you know, this lesson was edifying. You know, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. You know, give a sincere shalom to you, the elect out there. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Barakatam to all you. Shalom.